Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys. The injury report on Friday carries a lot of good news for the Dallas Cowboys, but not entirely. First things first, and that's the fact that although Tyron Smith did not participate in the first two practices this week with an illness, he returned to full work on Friday and carries no game designation, i.e., he is a full go for Sunday. Other positives include Osa Odighizuwa and Marquise Bell, who were limited in practice this week with a hamstring and calf injury, respectively. The former was upgraded to full participation on Friday, and while the latter was again limited, he is also fully cleared to play. That brings us to Kayvontae Turpin, who suffered a shoulder-rib injury in the close loss to the Philadelphia Eagles before returning to the field to deliver a touchdown grab for Dak Prescott. The speedy return ace did not practice at all this week, and he's the only player with a game designation this week, listed as questionable, giving him at least a chance to play against the Giants. It will likely be a game-time decision for Turpin, but, if he's unable to play, look for rookie 6th-round pick Deuce Vaughn to potentially take over the duties as returner, and, for wide receiver depth, the Cowboys could carry undrafted rookie Jalen Brooks on the 48-man roster. The Dallas Cowboys could be looking at their new starting wide receiver. As suggested by CBS Sports' Josh Edwards in his 2024 NFL mock draft, he expects the Cowboys to select Ohio State wide receiver Emeka Egbuka at number 21. Egbuka is known as the number 2 receiver to Marvin Harrison Jr. at Ohio State, but he's considered one of the top wide receiver prospects in this year's draft. Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup have not produced in the way expected, writes Edwards. Dallas provides Dak Prescott with a more effective prospect capable of playing inside and out. Emeka Egbuka possesses versatility and speed. Egbuka is seen as one of the most versatile receiver prospects in this year's draft. Not only does he possess ridiculous speed, he posted a 4.42 40-yard dash at the All-American Combine back in 2019. He has prototypical receiver size at 6'1", 206 pounds. NFL Draft Buzz details multiple strengths in Egbuka's scouting report, which should translate into success as a starting receiver in the league. Prototypical size, height, speed prospect who has proved to be super productive both at Ohio State playing against elite competition. He's extremely competitive, an aggressive, violent runner after the catch with the ability to break a tackle. He's a contributor as a blocker in the run game, has good body strength to squirm out of tackles with the coordination to maneuver his frame between defenders. As mentioned before, Egbuka posted a top-notch 40-yard dash speed several years ago. That was the best in his high school class, and he could be the fastest receiver in this year's draft. Egbuka has excellent speed, running a 40-yard dash in 4.42 seconds at the All-American Combine in 2019, the best in class. Could easily now be in contention for the fastest receiver in the entire class. Despite playing alongside the best receiver prospect, Harrison, last season, Egbuka still posted 74 catches for 1,151 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. Why the Cowboys need a new starting receiver? One of the Cowboys' biggest weaknesses is at the wide receiver position, where they're simply lacking production outside of number 1 wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Outside of Lamb's production, 57 receptions and 824 receiving yards, Dallas' second leading receiver is Michael Gallup with just 22 receptions, on 38 targets, for 243 receiving yards and 0 touchdowns. Meanwhile, high-profile trade acquisition Brandon Cooks has had a minimal impact on the offense, contributing just 17 receptions for 165 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Although Dak Prescott is having one of the better seasons of any quarterback in the NFL, 9th in passing touchdowns and 7th in passer rating, it's clear that the lack of secondary options outside of Lamb is restricting the firepower of Dallas' offense. The Cowboys rank just 14th in yards per play, 5.3. That's fine for a team just looking to make it into the playoffs. It's not fine for a team looking to make a Super Bowl run. The Cowboys recently signed veteran receiver Martavis Bryant, who had not appeared in an NFL game since 2018 due to a suspension. It's clear that Dallas knows they're lacking in the wide receiver department, but they won't be able to truly upgrade until the draft next year. Dallas Cowboys rumors are constantly swirling about the future of head coach Mike McCarthy. All the Cowboys coach has done is post back-to-back 12-win seasons. McCarthy is on pace to have his third straight year with double-digit victories. Ultimately, it is McCarthy's one playoff win during his Dallas tenure that has people wondering about his future. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is once again among the top potential head coaching candidates. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballantini ponders whether owner Jerry Jones will consider promoting Quinn in the offseason if Dallas sputters at season's end. There are two primary fits for Quinn, Ballantini explains in his November 9, 2023 article entitled, 9 NFL Coordinators Who Deserve Head Coaching Interest and Their Best Fits Next Season. The first would be if the Cowboys fail to live up to expectations again this season and Mike McCarthy is given the axe. Quinn would be a logical choice to promote because he would bring continuity with the defense while bringing in a new face to run the offense. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones doubled down on his commitment to Mike McCarthy. Jones has mostly been complimentary about McCarthy during the 2023 season. This has not always been the case, and Jones' past comments prompted Cowboys rumors to intensify about McCarthy's future. After Dallas' 42-10 blowout loss to San Francisco on October 8, Jones doubled down on his commitment to both McCarthy and Dak Prescott. "I'm not panicked, but the gap is, when something tells you what it is, don't try to dream that it's something else," Jones stated during an October 10 interview with 105.3 The Fans, Sean and RJ. "What I'm trying to say is we can do better than what we did out there Sunday night. That's a given. We can do better. We have the potential to do better. We have the preparation to do better. Do we have the quarterback? Let me be very affirmative. I completely believe that we have the quarterback that can take us where we want to go. Do we have the coaching staff on both sides of the ball? We certainly do." Did Sunday reflect that? No. Cowboys rumors. Dan Quinn among best fits for Cardinals, per analyst. Quinn has been with the Cowboys since 2021 despite drawing plenty of interest from other teams, including head coaching jobs. Jones has shown a willingness to pay Quinn enough to make it appealing to turn down other gigs. At this point, the only way to keep Quinn in Dallas for a third straight offseason may be give him the head coaching job. Ballantini suggests the Cardinals would also be a potential fit for Quinn if Arizona moves on from Jonathan Gannon. The other is a team that is looking for a veteran who is going to bring a franchise some stability, Ballantini adds. If Jonathan Gannon doesn't show some signs of life with Kyler Murray returning from IR, the Cardinals could use a legitimate veteran candidate like Quinn. For now, McCarthy's job appears safe, but the Cowboys' rumors are sure to heat up with another early postseason exit. Eventually, Jones will judge McCarthy on playoff success as Dallas Cowboys head coach. It remains to be seen if that will happen as soon as 2024.